I have a winner mentality, being able to go and practice and want to win every drill, want to do everything at perfection. I'm kind of perfectionist, so.
M kind of perfectionist. So Angel Reese recently found herself under scrutiny by ESPN, with some higher-ups practically laughing at Hub master plan for 2025. Let's set the record straight. Reese's audacity to think she can outsmart or outshine Caitlin Clark is laughable. Outscore Clark, build an audience as loyal as hers, break records at the same pace. It's all a fantasy, not a viable plan. The harsh reality here is that Reese is chasing something she simply can't have. Caitlin Clark's greatness trying to match Clark's dominance on and off the court is an ambitious, but ultimately unattainable goal. Clark has redefined what's possible in women's basketball, and for Reese to believe she can outshine that, it's a fantasy, one that shows just how far behind.
Let me ask y'all this question. Who the hell is Angel Reese?
The game she truly is. Let me ask y'all this question. Who the hell is Angel Reese? Reese isn't even in the same conversation. Clark is a once-in-a-century talent.
Look at Angel Reese. Stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe.
She can take her place. 2. Claims she wouldn't have spent 2024 bullying Clark and trying to humiliate her in every petty way imaginable instead of proving herself. Reese proved one thing: she can't handle Clark's spotlight, let alone her legacy.
You made some comments about Angel Reese. You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes. Sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary.
3. Pretend for a second that Angel Reese's latest antics are anything but a desperate grab for attention. Ever since the 2023 NCAA championship, where LSU snagged the title, Reese has been acting like she's basketball royalty. The truth is that game wasn't remembered for her brilliance. It was Caitlin Clark's undeniable skill that captured everyone's attention. Reese, she was the one flailing on the sidelines with a "you can't see" gesture, hoping someone would care, and now Reese has the audacity to claim she's going to swash Clark in the WNBA. Let's break down this delusion.
Is a forward. But the reason why it's a rival is not because of basketball. It's because Angel Reese is willing to chirp and talk that trash and then go on the court and back it up. And you know what it's got us doing? Watching Angel Reese.
First, let's dive into Reese's so-called dominance. In her rookie WNBA season, Reese averaged 13.6 points per game. Decent, right? Sure, if we're talking about high school stats. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, casually dropped 19.2 points per game, leading rookies in scoring and proving she's not just good, she's generational. 6 points may not sound like much, but in professional basketball, it's the difference between being a superstar and just another player. Reese should take a seat and grab a notepad, because she has a lot to learn.
This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shoot.
5. Let's not even get started on assists. Or, actually, Clark racked up 8.4 assists per game in her rookie season, orchestrating her team's offense like a maestro conducting a symphony. Reese a pitiful 1.9 assists per game. 1.9. At this point, you'd think Ree might want to learn how to pass the ball instead of hugging the spotlight with mediocre results. But hey, who needs playmaking skills when you can just rebound and call it a day? Speaking of rebounds, let's give Reese a tiny bit of credit. Emphasis on tiny. She set a rookie record with 446 total rebounds, averaging 13.1 per game. Impressive on paper, sure, but let's be real, rebounding is basketball's equivalent of grunt work. It's essential, but it's not what makes you a legend. Clark, for all her scoring and playmaking responsibilities, still managed 5.7 rebounds per game. That's called being well-rounded, something Reese can only dream of. Clip 6. Well, now let's talk about accolades. Caitlin Clark only dream of.
Caitlyn's, if we're able to stop tying them together, I think way more people will appreciate the things that Angel does well, as opposed to defending the greatness that is Caitlin Clark and what she does well.
Next time, and don't even get me started on all WNBA selections. Clark landed on the first team without breaking a sweat. Reese nowhere to be found. Not first team, not second team, not even an honorable mention. It's like showing up to prom in a prom dress and not even getting a picture in the yearbook. And yet Reese keeps running her mouth about surpassing Clark's. Sweetheart, you can't surpass someone who's lapping you on the court. Clark isn't just better, she's in a completely different league. Her basketball IQ, shooting range, and ability to carry a team make her the real deal. Reese, on the other hand, seems more concerned with social media followers and sponsorship deals than actually improving her Well, now let's talk about accolades. Caitlin Clark didn't just have a good rookie season, she obliterated the competition, walking away with the R of the Year award like it was a foregone conclusion. Reese, oh, she was a finalist, which is just a polite way of saying nice try, better luck next time. And don't even get me started on all WNBA selections. Clark landed on the first team.
The work I put in coming into this league, so many people doubted me and didn't think my game would translate. And
without breaking a sweat, Reese nowhere to be found. Not first team, not second team, not even an honorable mention. It's like showing up to prom in a prom dress and not even getting a picture in the yearbook. And yet Reese keeps running her mouth about surpassing Clark. Sweetheart, you can't surpass someone who's lapping you on the court. Clark isn't just better, she's in a completely different league. Her basketball IQ, shooting range, and ability to carry a team make her the real deal. Rays, on the other hand, seems more concerned with social media followers and sponsorship deals than actually improving her game. 7. Yeah, Angel, they doubt it. Right now, let's address this so-called rivalry some people are calling the next Magic versus Bird. Excuse me, that comparison is an insult to Magic and Bird. Clark is out here rewriting the record books and elevating women's basketball to new heights, while Reese is the sideshow, the person who shows up to a party uninvited and acts like they are the host. This isn't a rivalry, it's a one-sided crush that Reese just can't let go of when it comes to media coverage. The difference between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese couldn't be more glaring. Clark was named Time Magazine 2024 Athlete of the Year.
But that's where I want to go with this. I want to, this is the biggest thing we have to applaud about Angel Reese. She goes out in the midst of all of this pub and notoriety being thrown in the direction of a Caitlin Clark. And everybody is talking about, yeah, but it's Caitlin Clark and everybody else. Well, Angel Reese like, nah, it ain't Caitlin Clark and everybody else. It's me too. And then showed up on national television, showed up last night, and down 15, having already lost 2 games to Caitlin.
Didn't just have a good rookie season, she obliterated the competition, walking away with the R of the Year award like it was a foregone conclusion. Reese, oh, she was a finalist, which is just a polite way of saying nice try, better luck. Athlete of the Year, an honor reserved for athletes who actually make a tangible impact on their sport. This recognition didn't come from talking a big game or making dramatic statements. It came from redefining what it means to be a dominant player in women's basketball. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is out there gaining attention through her social media antics, posting lifestyle shots and trying to stay relevant off the court. Let's be real, no one remembers the WNBA's best players because of their Instagram filters. Reese might want to take a few notes from Clark, who's busy letting her UNC brilliance do the talking, but that's clear. Let's not forget endorsements. Reese recently secured a shoe deal with Reebok, which was supposed to be groundbreaking until you remember it's tied to someone who hasn't exactly lit up the professional basketball world. Sure, she's marketable, but that's because controversy sells, not because she's dominating the league. Clark, on the other hand, is landing high-profile sponsorships left and right, and not because she's playing into social media hype. Her appeal comes from her undeniable talent, her leadership on the court, and her role.
But then the second assistant stepped up and threw it back in her face. Now you got half the basketball world saying, well, you know what? That's not the classiest thing to do. Yeah. That's not the way.
It was the exact same thing.
It was the exact same thing. Now you can make an argument that if they're doing excessive celebration in her face.
Her role as a trailblazer for women's basketball. Reese is busy chasing likes and hashtags, while Clark is attracting sponsors who actually care about game-changing athletes. Then there's the matter of public statements and the so-called rivalry dynamics. Reese loves to stir the pot with bold claims about surpassing Caitlin Clark. But here's the thing, talking about taking down the queen of basketball doesn't make you the queen. If anything, it just makes you look desperate for attention. Clark, meanwhile, couldn't care less about Reese's proclamations. She's laser-focused on her performance, brushing off the drama and continuing to break records, while Reese is fueling debates with her words. Clark is shutting them down with her game. Actions speak louder than words, and Reese's actions are stuck on mute. 9. Now, let's move on to future prospects. Caitlin Clark is set to continue her meteoric rise with the Indiana Fever. The expectation isn't just that she'll improve, people are already betting on how to redefine the game yet again. Rays, on the other hand, is heading into another season with the Chicago Sky, hoping to finally figure out how to live up to her own hype. That there's a huge difference between aiming to enhance your performance and already being at the top of your game. Clark is the...
What's your, how do you define leadership? How do you define your style of leadership? And how do you feel like that impacts your team?
I think I'm just very competitive and I have a winner mentality. Being able to go and practice and want to win every drill, want to do everything at perfection. I'm kind of perfectionist, so I want to do everything at a high level and not really take any time off because you don't get these opportunities. Like she said, there's not many spots on the team. There's not many places to go.